Protect your DNA. BioPQQ can promote formation of new mitochondria. Infowarsstore.com.
As the vaccine debate rages on in Washington, as well as is being played out on the mainstream media, what we're noticing is that anyone with a dissenting opinion is being demonized and ridiculed. So we just want to go ahead and put together a lengthy vaccine report. We're going to be compiling data, facts, and as well as testimony to just sort of give those of you who have questions about vaccines a little something to work with. Today, I'm going to be speaking with Matt Smith. He called into the Alex Jones Show to report his experiences with doling out vaccines. He has been a licensed practical nurse for 10 years. He's worked in long-term healthcare, home healthcare, and now he is teaching nursing classes at the collegiate level. So, Matt, thank you for coming on the show today. Now, obviously, you've been in the healthcare industry for a very long time. So what happened to kind of give you pause about vaccines?
Well, after being on the vaccine team for one day and seeing children get sick after receiving their vaccine, I came home exhausted and turned on TV, and I happened to catch the Larry King show, and he had a story, and it aired November 2nd, 2009, where he did a story about 19 deaths caused by the vaccine. And it was a vaccine that I was giving out that day.
Right, that was in 2009 when the H1N1 vaccine was going around. You're talking about Dr. Jay Gordon was on Larry King Live talking about 19 children dead from the H1N1 virus in that week alone, which a lot of discussion about that vaccine that was going around then.
And in response, I sent out an email to all my coworkers saying, hey, watch this report, because I felt it was my responsibility to inform them what's going on and that they might be given a shot that could kill somebody.
Wow. And so did your fellow employees respond back to you? Was there kind of some banter? And then what happened there internally?
Well, there was very little banter. I got one email saying you need to forward this one level higher. So I did. And at that point, I got a phone call saying, hey, what are you doing using, this work email for personal use?
And of course, that's not personal use, because you're here talking to your team about, hey, isn't this the very vaccine that we're dealing with? And is this a concern? And so what did they basically tell you, to shut up or you're fired? Or
Yeah, that's the Cliff Notes. Shut up, you're fired. But I wasn't going to go back anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, they wouldn't want me back, but I wouldn't have gone back, and I wasn't going to go back. But basically they said, shut up, you're fired. Stop using email. And they sent me a confidentiality agreement threatening federal prosecution, and pretty much scared me.
Wow.
I was a little scared.
All because you shared a video from a mainstream media outlet discussing the death toll surrounding H1N1. Wow, yeah. That is completely unbelievable. Now, talk to me a little bit about your experience there, just the healthcare with vaccines. Like what has made you really want to speak out about this, and what do you think people should know?
Well, the main thing is I want people to have a choice whether they want to be vaccinated or not.
Right. Well, you said you were seeing children getting sick there that day, giving out these vaccines. Describe that to me.
I just saw, one little girl got nauseated and her arm was hurting. And this was, 6 years ago, Leanne. So it was just a bad day. I didn't enjoy the whole thing. The little kids all lined up, scared to death of needles, crying, and thinking it was, the thing about it is they're doing the right thing in their mind. They're going and doing the right thing, getting the vaccine. That's what they think. But we've just seen that the vaccines are not 100% safe.
Right, and that's kind of the thing, is that you'll hear about these cases of children getting sick immediately up to a day or so later, but those are not the stories that you'll hear on the mainstream media. You only want to hear the positive stories and how beneficial vaccines are, which is great in one respect, of course, but on the other hand, you can't fault parents for just having a little bit of concern that their child could possibly be that one child that has a really bad response from it.
Right.
Well,
I am not an expert on vaccines. I'll tell you that right now. I just wanted to talk about what I've seen, what I've heard, and how I was treated. And it was just like when it happened, it was just so astonishing that I was being threatened with, federal prosecution. I don't remember the confidentiality agreement, what exactly it said, but it was all in red ink, and it just, I had to just stop. I didn't want to email anybody, didn't want to be on the team, and just didn't want anything to do with it.
right. And now you're teaching nursing classes at the collegiate level. So what do you tell your students?
I tell them it's their choice. I tell them it's their choice.
Yeah, isn't that nice? Having a choice. And that's the big issue here. It's not against, being against vaccines or not. It's about mandatory vaccines and making sure that the government can't force you to take something against your will, force something into your child against your will, especially just kind of hammering home how the science is 100% proven when clearly it is not. Now, switching gears here just really briefly, we don't have a lot of time left, but you said you were there in Spokane with Joe Biggs and Darren McBreen out there with the sheriff. What do you think about that, being from northern Idaho, that whole constitutional deal there?
Well, I'm really disappointed, to tell you the truth. I mean, he seems like a nice guy, but when he did that rhetorical Infowars video coming out slamming Alex Jones and talking about taking things off the website that should be there and then bragging about how he's a constitutionalist, I thought it was really strange. I was just really disappointed.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we certainly appreciate you getting out there and being one of those people there that joined the protest to kind of speak out about this. And of course, for continuing to speak out, maybe about the dangers of vaccines. Matt, we'll take it to break with a little bit of your bumper music. You are in the hard-hitting metal band Saint. I guess
Correct.
Sometimes being a rock star doesn't pay the bills, so you are also a college professor, but
That's right.
all right, well, thank you so much, Matt. That's it for the show tonight. Thank you for watching. If you are watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button and become a subscriber to the Alex Jones channel. You can also become a Prison Planet member for just $29.95 a year, and your username and password can be shared with up to 20 people at the same time. You're going to find a lot of content there that you will not find on YouTube. Thanks for tuning in to the show tonight. We'll see you here tomorrow at 7 p.m. Central.
In the past decade, we have witnessed unparalleled scientific discoveries in the area of health. But no one has put together a formula that focuses directly on brain health, nerve growth factors, and optimizing your cellular energy at the same time. DNA Force is one of the most expensive formulas to produce. Some of the ingredients in DNA Force are $12,000 a kilogram. We are using the coveted, patented, only American source of PQQ, CoQ10, and more. You want the best that's out there at the lowest price anywhere? Well, we're bringing you a total win-win. The ultimate value, cutting-edge, trailblazing game changer that also supports the InfoWar. We have produced a limited run of DNA Force, and it will take up to 12 weeks to produce more once we sell out. Secure your DNA Force today at InfoWarsLife.com or call toll-free 888-253-3139. DNA Force from InfoWars Life.
You are watching the Infowars Nightly News, which airs 7 p.m. Central at InfoWarsNews.com. And your support is helping us defend liberty worldwide.